Hi everybody, my name is Evan Sageng. I'm a senior instructional designer at Intermedia Cloud Communications. I create product demos for a number of different reasons. As an instructional designer, we have a certification program that we use to train our incoming partners on how to use the products. And Navattic is an excellent tool to help them navigate the product for the first time, learn where they can go within it and what it does. I work as a senior instructional designer on our sales enablement team. However, my boss calls me his Swiss Army knife, so I am kind of all over the place. I work very closely with marketing, product, sales enablement, and partner enablement, as well as various support teams. And Navattic is amazing. Honestly, it has helped my small team scale in so many different ways. And so rather than tackling just kind of one use case, I'm going to talk about a lot of the ways that I try to use Navattic to do my job better and faster. Our main challenge is scaling education and enablement around the globe. So we are a very partner-centric model. We have 7,500 partners around the globe, which means my content needs to train and enable tens of thousands of salespeople in different languages, regions, all over the place. We have a disparate sales force. I don't communicate directly with most of our salespeople. We have internal sellers and a whole bunch of channel salespeople, but most of our sales are coming from different companies all over the place that I will never communicate directly with. So I'm creating content and basically throwing it into the world and hoping that people will take it and run with it. We have multiple product brands just to make my life even more difficult. We have a white label and gray label service for the different type of partners that we have. So my content doesn't only need to be in one brand, but I will have to recreate something for multiple brands for basically everything that I make, which is a scaling nightmare. Multiple languages as well. And with any SaaS company that's doing well, a rapidly growing product offering, which means we have to do more training more often. The number of products, proprietary products that we have has more than doubled in the time that I've been there, and that is not even counting the number of features that we've added into all of those as well. So every day my time gets more and more stretched. Is that a thing? So Navattic does save the day, and I'll go through each one of these, starting with scalable content. Let's talk about how it has helped me scale. The first is the editing tools. For all of you who have built in this, you've used the editing tools. It is probably my favorite feature about Navattic over everything else. I use the editing in so many ways. I talked about the need for having multiple brands. Previously, I would build custom demos in Storyline, which, if any of you have done that, takes ages. And needing to replicate that 4 times at least, I don't even want to talk about. So being able to turn this into that would take hours before, and doing that in a demo would consume my life. Next in scalability, the built-in translation. Because we are expanding globally and constantly needing to provide content in these different languages, being able to, with a click, translate my content is really time-saving. We've worked with various localization companies in the past. We still kind of have to, but being able to translate something and send it off for review is far less time-consuming and expensive than sending it off in English and asking them to localize it completely. This is a point which I'm sure will resonate with a lot of you, and I'm going to talk about it honestly in all 3 of these use cases. For our certification process, if I built a course, in order for someone to get into it, they would need to be a partner of ours. They would need to have an account with us. They would need to go to their website to find the link to this LMS, to find the course that they want, to open up the description of that course, which would launch a Rise course, which would then tell them about Rise, and then they would start learning. You're going to lose someone every time doing that. The fact that I can now create training that all they do is click a link that marketing says, hey, check this out, means way more people are engaged right off the bat. And that is a game changer. So let's talk about education a little bit. Embedded product demos is obviously the bread and butter of what I make out of this. I work in sales enablement, so my job is enable sales, help them sell more. Salespeople struggle with product demos for one reason or another, whether they're new to sales, whether they're new to the product, whether they have a sandbox, which, oh my goodness, I am so excited for that tool. It's really tough for them. And being able to create a product demo that helps them sell while simultaneously showing them how to demo something is two birds with one stone. Salespeople love the show up and throw up. I'm sure you've all heard that before, right? It's just, here's all the things that it can do. And a good sales demo doesn't do that. A good sales demo tells a story. It's contextual, and it uses content that makes sense. And rarely do salespeople have all those things in their hands at once. An example is this product demo right here. Rather than just showing a tour of, you pause here, you go here, it does this, it does this. My salespeople who've never used this product before can pull this up and read a story about how Jill, or whatever her name is, works as a receptionist at this architecture firm and how she would navigate our product effectively to do her job. So it's teaching the customer and it's teaching the salesperson at the same time, and they don't even realize that they're learning. The product demos that I create live in a lot of different places. Here's an example of a RISE course. When they go through certification, which is necessary, I can link out to different demos that are applicable. You want to learn more? You want to have something to share with your customer? Here you go. They click it, they save it, and I give them instruction on how they probably should use it and go through it. Internally, we have an intranet where I will group together all my demos. So if someone wants to go and find demos for whichever region they're looking at, here's the link, here's what it's about, here's how you use it, go for it. Again, no more gating behind everything. It's just take the link and go. Lastly, marketing and recruitment. Here we have an example of marketing using the demos within their campaign assets. So emails going out, they just include a link. You want to learn more? Great. Marketing loves this because that's work they don't have to do. Makes them look good. I love it because it gets my educational content in front of more people immediately. So they're doing work for me. Partner recruitment was a natural extension of this. So like I said, Intermedia is a very partner-centric model. And so I've worked with our channel marketing to create these partner recruitment demos that will either live on our websites or will be shared out with our development teams with embedded forms for salespeople, or excuse me, for potential customers who might want to learn more and get that conversation going. And then website access, again, touching on that single click, both our own personal website and a lot of our major partners will use their demos or use my demos on their websites to give somebody a taste. So, are there any questions on all of that? You can clap as well if you'd like.